grinning. "Eat this instead, you son of a bitch!" Her backup weapon was in her hand. She didn't bother with stun. The stun setting would do little more than tickle a 250-pound man flying on Zeus. It was set to terminate. As he lunged toward her, she hit him with full power. His eyes died first. She'd seen it happen before. Eyes that turned to glass like a doll's, even as he charged her. She sidestepped, prepared to fire again, but the pipe slipped from his fingers. His body began that jerky dance as his nervous system overloaded. He fell at her feet, a mass of ruined humanity who had played God. "You won't be sacrificing any more virgins, asshole," she muttered. And as that wild energy drained, she rubbed a hand over her face. Her weapon arm dropped. The faint scrape of leather on concrete alerted her. She started to spin, weapon rising, but arms clamped her, lifted her to her toes. "Always watch your back, Lieutenant," the voice whispered, just before teeth nipped lightly at her earlobe. "Rourke, goddammit! I nearly zapped you! You didn't even come close." With a laugh, he turned her in his arms, and his mouth was on hers, hot, hungry. "I love watching you work," he murmured, and his hand, clever hand, slid up her body to cup her breast. "It's stimulating. Cut it out." But her heart was thundering in reaction, and the order was half-hearted. "This is no place for seduction." "On the contrary, a honeymoon is a traditional place for a seduction." He drew her back, kept his hands on her shoulders. "I wondered where you'd gone off to. I should have known." He glanced down at the body at their feet. "What did he do?" "He had a predilection for beating the brains out of young women, then eating them." "Oh." Rourke winced, shook his head. "Really, Eve, couldn't you have come up with something a little less revolting? There was a guy on the Terra colony a couple of years back who fit the profile, and I wondered—" She trailed off, frowning. They were standing in a stinking alley, death at their feet, and Rourke, gorgeous, dark angel Rourke, was wearing a tuxedo and a diamond stud. "What are you all dressed up for?" "We had plans," he reminded her. "Dinner?" "I forgot." She tucked her weapon away. "I didn't think this would take so long." She blew out a breath. "I guess I should clean up." "I like you the way you are." He moved into her again, took possession. "Forget dinner. For now." His smile was slow and irresistible. "But I do insist on slightly more aesthetic surroundings. End program," he ordered. The alley, the smells, and the huddle of bodies winked away. They stood in a huge empty room with equipment and blinking lights built into the walls. Both floor and ceiling were glass-mirrored black to better project the holographic scenes available on the program. It was one of Rourke's newest, most sophisticated toys. "Begin tropical setting 4B. Maintain dual control status." In response came the whoosh of waves, the sprinkle of starlight on water. Beneath her feet was white sugar sand, and palm trees waved like exotic dancers. "That's more like it," Rourke decided, then began unbuttoning her shirt. "Or it will be when I get you naked. You've been getting me naked every time I blink for nearly 3 weeks." He arched a brow. "Husband's privilege." "Complaints?" Husband. It was still a jolt. This man with the warrior's mane of black hair, the poet's face, the wild Irish blue eyes, was her husband. She'd never get used to it. "No, just her breath hitched as one of his long-fingered hands skimmed over her breasts. "An observation." "Cops." He smiled, unfastened her jeans. "Always observing. You're off duty, Lieutenant Dallas." "I was just keeping my reflexes sharp. 3 weeks away from the job, you get rusty." He slid a hand between her naked thighs, cupped her, watched her head fall back on a moan. "Your reflexes are just fine," he murmured, and pulled her down to the soft white sand. His wife. Rourke liked to think about that as she rode him, as she moved under him, as she lay spent beside him. This fascinating woman, this dead